Hello and welcome to Email Click Insights. We're going to walk you through today how to track email clicks that occur on your website, or in other words, tracking mail to links. Um, what we'll do today is we'll do it through Google Tag Manager, connecting it as well to your GA4 account. And in addition to that, we will also provide a bonus way to track email clicks, a way that'll provide a bit more clarity into who's actually emailing you as well. So, with that being said, we'll get started. So, the one thing to know about email click tracking is that there are some limitations. When someone comes to your website and they do click on the email link on your website, you lose full attribution. You're not really able to see if that click turned into an email, that email turned into a sale, or any other meaningful metric. So, the one limitation that you need to keep in mind when we do this is that all you're tracking here is simply just a click of a link on your website. And like I said, after we go through this process, I'll also teach you how we can track email clicks that end up in your email. And then if those emails turn to sales and actually getting a full round of attribution from it. So to start to track email clicks on your website, you'll need Google Tag Manager installed. You'll need a GA4 account as well. So make sure that you have those as a prerequisite. And then you have to make sure that your Google Tag Manager account is set up on your website. So, with that being said, what we're going to do here is start off with just building the trigger for it. So, you'll go to your triggers, you'll click new, and you'll set up the trigger configuration. What we're going to use here is the just links trigger. It's pretty simple. What you want to do is to switch to some link clicks. Obviously, we don't want to click on all of them or track all link clicks on your website. From there, what you want to do is you want to select a click URL. So you might not have that set up as an initial variable. So you'll probably go to choose built-in variable and then choose click URL. Here, you can either do two things. You can do contains mail to, and what this will do is we'll track every email click that happens on your website. So if you have, only one email address, or you don't really care about tracking which email address gets clicked on your website, so you have a sales email address and a support email address, and you don't really care about knowing, granularly which one was clicked, you'll just put contains mail to. If you want to get more specific about which email was actually clicked, what you'd actually end up doing is putting a colon here, and then you'd maybe put the actual email that you want tracked. So for me, that's how it would be. We would just put the mail to, make sure you remember this colon right here, and then just add the email address that you want to have clicked. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it as general. I just want to track all email clicks on my website. So I'm going to remove this part. You can do with or without that semicolon. I'm going to remove it here. And then you'll just want to name it. So typically my naming conventions are the abbreviation of the actual configuration. So JL for just links, and then email click, because that'll be easy to remember. And then we'll save that. So now you have this trigger. You can apply it to whatever tag that you'd like. What we're going to do today is we're going to add it to a GA4 tag. So now we're going to be tracking this in our Google Analytics. So I'll go here, I'll click new, tag configuration. We'll choose Google Analytics for GA4 event. You'll add your measurement ID here. What I typically do is I add my measurement ID as a constant. You might add yours just directly in here. It's the G dash, and then it'll have a few numbers and letters. That's totally fine. It works just the same. For me, I like to do it because it keeps it easier, especially when you're creating a bunch of different tags. Make the name something that you'll recognize, like email click. There shouldn't be a space in it. You can't have spaces in the event name. Usually, most people use an underscore. That's what I like to use as well. And then for our trigger, we'll just choose the trigger we created. Naming convention, I always do the name of the platform, what kind of a tag it is. So this is an event, GA4 event, and then the descriptor, email click. And then once we have that, we'll save, publish, And then obviously we can't make any changes without testing to make sure that it works first. So we'll preview, go to our website. Once you're on your website, you're going to want to go and you'll find your email. So for me, I just made this send email button right here. We'll click that. And then we'll go back here and we'll check and we'll see. So there's a link click conversion that happened here. And we have our tag fired, the GA4 event. And that's essentially it. Now we are able to track email clicks that happen on our website, and we're sending that back as an event. Now, what do we want to do if we want to track past the email click? That's kind of an issue that marketers have had for a very long time. It hasn't really been solved for either until I'd say at this point. So something that we've gone and done and created is a tool to help you actually track not just the click, but when somebody visits your website, clicks on an email, and then if they actually send that email, and then you have the information, you get to see that Joe Smith sent you an email on this day. They came from your Google ads. And then you can track that from, the initial lead all the way to the sale, essentially just, turning this black hole of a conversion into real data. And so that's what we've done with Email Click Insight. So if you sign up for this tool on our website, so if you go to our website here, you get started, you can sign up. There's a free trial of up to, I think, about 10 or 15 emails a month that you can track just for free. And I believe up to one website. What we have here is the basic dashboard. So once you have this set up, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is add just a tracking script to your website. Once you have that set up, though, you're able to track activity. So for me, I was able to see here that I was emailing myself to myself, obviously, but this is the from email, and this is the to email. So the to email will be the email that you just have on your website, and the from email will be whoever sent it to you. Here we have the traffic source distribution, so I'm able to actually track, where they came from. Was it paid? Was it direct? Was it referral, etc.? Just have some interesting graphs to show that over time. And then really this table is the big bread and butter of it all. Typically if you have somebody who's coming from an actual source and medium, I wasn't when I was doing this testing, you'll have that source and medium actually show up as well as the traffic source. And really a whole bunch of other filters that we have set up here. But, these are the main ones: source, medium, traffic source. We also have, sender email, recipient email, date. Those are the big ones that we're trying to track, really. But we have a few other, fun ones, refer, domain, landing page. And really what's a really great feature of this is the click ID. So we have the Google click ID, the Facebook click ID, Microsoft click ID, and LinkedIn. This will actually will allow you to set up offline conversion events. So, you see somebody come in through this channel, you pick them up, they turn into a sale. Well, now you actually have the click ID associated with that event and the email that was sent, and then you can actually bring that back to your platform and optimize your ads around it. So really powerful tool. The cookie that we set up on the site does, I believe, store it up for up to about 30 days. So it's a really great tool to have if you get a lot of email clicks on your website, and if you have a client or if yourself who just can't live without having their email on their website. They need to have it there. And for one reason or another, users who come to the website, they always click on the email. And that happens sometimes. But now we've, developed the system to actually be able to track it all the way through. So if you'd like some more information, don't hesitate to reach out, shoot us an email, leave a comment on this video, and just let us know. But otherwise, if not, you can always just use that fallback method of just tracking the email click, which is valid, but at the end of the day, you won't get that full level of attribution. And there's going to be people who click on that link and they don't end up sending you an email. So use at your own caution, and have a good one.